crazy for letting you talk me into this.
But you talked me into getting this haircut, didn't I?
I talked you into getting a haircut, not that haircut. And what has that got to do with skating?
Revenge. Come on, Trapper, you love it. It's a perfect way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Did you see that?
You know, what I see is a room full of potential orthopedic patients. That's what I see.
Trapper, it's no big deal. If they can do it, we can do it. We're athletes, man. With our natural talent, it'll be a cinch. Come on.
Well, natural talent, huh? Hang in there, Tiger.
I'm not used to him yet.
Well, hang on to me and I'll get you started.
Okay, okay.
There you go. Okay?
Yes.
All right. One step left.
You realize what this is doing to my macho image?
Now bend your knees.
Okay.
Bend your knees.
They're bent.
I'm beginning to think this isn't my sport.
Oh, you'll get it. Just takes a little practice, a little time. Come on, up we get. Up, up. There. Now, you think you can manage without me?
Oh, you're not gonna go.
Oh, my God, I'm all wrung out. This for the last 2 hours.
Well, I'll go with you. I mean, well, would you like to join me for a drink? You'd be amazed at how well I can stand up without skates.
Okay. Well, I'll just take off my wheels and freshen up.
Oh, good. Great. Hey, what's your name?
Darby.
Just got beat. The Gonzalez kid needs surgery.
Need any help?
No, you just stay here and let your hair grow.
Okay, good. I got a date anyway. Hey, where'd you learn to skate like that?
Natural talent. See you on the rock pile.
Hi, Trevor. Is any afternoon emergency?
Yep, listen, any news on Shoop?
Who?
Ernestine Shoop, the scrub nurse I told you about, remember?
Oh, yes, Shoop. Yes, of course. I've been trying to get in touch with her, but she doesn't answer my calls. Now, are you sure the Starch isn't coming back?
Arnie, Starch is married, retired, living in Sacramento, enjoying every minute of it. There is no way to get her back.
And Shoop is the only one who can take her place.
There is none better. And if I have to go through one more operation with Dottie Plitt,
Woo! Dr. John! Oh, isn't this exciting? I just love to get called in on emergencies. It makes me feel so wanted.
I'll see you, Trapper. Miss Plitt.
Pitt. Bye, Slocum. Have a nice day. Do you know, I just have so much in common with Starch now. She's found her happiness and I found mine.
you're getting married.
No, I'm married to my work. It's just the two of us now, Dr. John. You and I fighting the good fight against death and disease.
Not to mention famine and pestilence.
Oh, that wry sense of humor of yours. Oh, it just sends tingles up and down my spine. Well, I'll go in and get the room ready, and don't you be long now. The patient's waiting.
you seen Darby?
Who?
No, the girl that you were skating with in the red dress.
Oh, no, I think she's split.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte, meine Herrschaften. Der Warteraum ist am Ende des Ganges. Würden Sie sich bitte dort aufhalten? Tut mir leid, aber hier können Sie nicht bleiben. Danke. Hallo, Gonzo.
Das war das letzte Mal, dass ich mir deine Rollschuhe geliehen habe.
Jede Wette, du bist abgeblitzt, ne?
Ja, weil ich vor lauter Fallen gar nicht zum Laufen gekommen bin, dank deiner Schuhe.
Geh doch das nächste Mal zum 5 Uhr Tee.
Where's that lab technician? I called the lab 10 minutes ago. It's about time. I have a patient who needs immediate attention. Gonzo, you'll never guess who I've got in there. T.K. Sheldon's daughter.
Who?
T.K. Sheldon, the publisher. You know, a sophisticated magazine. You'd know about that. Girls, centerfolds, nakedness.
Stanley, do you read that magazine?
I wouldn't touch that trash with a 10-foot pole. However, Sheldon is a very wealthy man, and if I treat his daughter right, this hospital could have a new benefactor.
What's wrong with her?
Von Willebrand's disease.
She's a bleeder.
Yes, you know, you would never guess it to look at her. Beautiful girl. Blonde, suntan, healthy looking. Passed out cold in the ladies' room of a place called Rinky Dinks.
Rinky Dinks?
Rinky Dinks, yeah. Friends brought her in. Severe abdominal... Just a minute,
Darby?
Kate. That's my patient.
Hi.
Hi.
Miss Sheldon, this is Dr. Gates.
Doctor.
And world-class roller skater.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about standing you up. I'm honest. I didn't mean to do that. I just zonked out.
Darby, if you've got von Willebrand's disease, you shouldn't have been skating. One bad spill.
Could cause severe hemorrhaging. I know. I've been hearing that since I was old enough to fall down.
Well, that's not to be taken lightly, young lady.
Well, that's not why I fainted. It was because of those crazy stomach pains.
Tell me about it.
Severe epigastric pain around the midline. Seems to be diminishing. Pulse 90, blood pressure 110/70. I've ordered a CBC, an upper GI series, and a hematology consult.
See? You hadn't been hanging around rinky-dinks trying to pick up girls. You could have done all that.
I'll have my chance. Keeping you here overnight.
Here? Oh, come on.
I know, it's a big inconvenience, but we've got some tests to run, and we won't get the results back until tomorrow. I'm putting you on the 6th floor.
Put her on the 6th floor, nurse.
Excuse me. Don't I have anything to say about this?
All you've got to say is okay. Is there anybody you want us to notify?
Yes, should we notify anyone for you?
No. Yeah, my father, I guess.
Your father, right. Don't worry about a thing, Miss Sheldon. I'll take care of everything.
So, tell me, Doctor. Do you always take advantage of sick, weak-willed women?
That's why I studied medicine.
Miss Gretchen Rothbaum, please report to Chief Nurse's office.
Mr. Sheldon? Mr. Sheldon?
Oh, now, who are you?
I am Dr. Stanley Riverside II, Chief of Emergency Services. I admitted Mr. Sheldon's daughter this afternoon. Lovely girl, excellent patient. We got along just beautifully.
How is she?
Oh, she's fine. Now, she's on the 6th floor. I tried to get her into the VIP suite, but it just wasn't... If you need anything at all, Mr. Sheldon, you just call on me. Dr. Riverside.
Doc, do you know who that was?
It's T.K. Sheldon, Sophisticated Magazine.
No, I mean the girl. I think she was Miss Autumn.
Summer. I think. Must have been leafing through the magazine in the barbershop.
Dr. Gates, I'm T.K. Sheldon.
I'm Mrs. Sheldon.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I understand you're treating my daughter. Are you aware that she has a genetic bleeding problem?
Yes, apparently she has an intestinal disorder, too. We're running some tests to track it down.
Do you have any idea what it is?
Well, we can't be sure yet, but it could be an ulcer. We should know by tomorrow.
Well, I'd like to see her.
She'll be in radiology for a while. You can wait in her room.
There's no need for that. Just show me where radiology is.
She's in the middle of a procedure. I'm sorry, it's off limits.
Even to me?
Yes, sir, even to you.
Holly, ask the nurse where radiology is, please.
That won't work, Mr. Sheldon. This isn't Sophisticated Magazine. You're on our turf now. You can see your daughter when she gets back to her room. Not before.
You gonna let him get away with that, TK? I've never heard anybody talk to you like that.
Neither have I. He put it rather well, didn't he?
All right, Mr. Whitney, 10 more. 3, 4, 5. That's it. You can do it. 6, 7. Just a minute. 8. Trapper John McIntyre. I don't believe it.
Come here.
Let me look at you. You're beautiful.
So are you, Ernie. But tell me, man, what is a little girl from Jamaica Town doing in this torture chamber?
Trapper, my dear, I own it.
You're kidding.
Come, I tell you about it.
Oh, do.
2 more, then you hit the bicycles.
Well, you seem to know what you're doing.
I hope I do. I've been at it for about 4 years, ever since my husband died. Have some carrot juice.
No thanks.
Drink it. It's good for you. You know, my sons really like this business. They've helped me build up a chain of 9 gyms all over the state.
9?
Do I fit the image of a high-powered executive?
Honey, I keep thinking of this little girl from Jamaica as a high-powered scrub nurse.
Aha. So that's what those calls were about.
You could have called me back, you know.
I'm sorry, I was out of town, opening a new jungle in Fresno. I just got back last night. What's the trouble?
Starch. She got married, quit the business, took my right arm with her. I need you, Ernie.
That's very sweet of you, Trapper, but I can't leave this.
Couldn't you boys handle it?
Oh, they do handle it. I'm just here because I have to see that they do things right.
When was the last time you scrubbed for surgery?
About 6 years ago.
Don't you miss it?
Standing on my feet for hours, gazing at somebody's lower intestine, taking all that guff from cranky surgeons. Why would I miss that?
All right, maybe you're right. After 6 years, I suppose it could be a little tricky trying to pick it up again. Things are changing very fast in medicine.
Oh, I keep up with the changes. I still read all the journals.
Big difference between reading and doing. Now, look, Ernie, I'd love to lure you back, but obviously you're needed here. Anyway, I'm glad you're doing so well, and maybe next time I'll buy the carrot juice, okay?
Come on, open up. Gates! Stanley, have you ever considered a small lobotomy? It might calm you down. Just look at these, please. What? Darby Sheldon's x-rays.
Oh, brother.
You know what that is, don't you? An ulcer on the posterior duodenal wall. And it's a monster. If that thing starts bleeding with her coagulopathy, she's gonna have real problems.
Does she know about it?
Not yet.
Better tell her.
She's not there. Her father checked her out this morning before I could see the x-rays.
And you let him take her?
Well, don't blame me, Gates. I had no choice. I had nothing to say in the matter. Look, it's true I had a personal... Where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going? Look, I would have moved heaven and earth to keep that girl here. She's too ill. Wait a minute.
Before I acquired Sophisticate, I did pretty well in real estate. Built shopping centers throughout the country, and I'm still terribly active in the aircraft industry. As for the magazine, well, I wanted to use its facilities to unlock doors, turn on lights, strip away guilt, to turn sex into a creative, healthy adventure. And in that, I'm supported by some of the finer minds of modern times. Freud, Jung, Hugh Hefner. Excuse me for a moment. you made house calls, Doc.
That was a dumb thing to do, Mr. Sheldon.
Oh, I don't think so. She's much more comfortable here.
Oh, was she complaining?
Not at all. It was entirely my idea. And don't worry, she's going to be getting the finest of medical care. I've got Walters coming in from Houston and Hanser from Copenhagen.
I suppose that was your idea, too?
Believe me, I know what's best for my daughter.
She's over 21, Mr. Sheldon, and I think she's capable of making her own decisions. Or do you consider her to be nothing more than another centerfold with a staple in her navel?
Gonzo! Do I let my hair down or will you use the stairs?
Be right up. May I?
He was insulting you, TK. Anyway, what's he got against Naples?
Who cares? I got rich on him. With and without staples.
Dr. Weiss, please call a page operator.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. May I help you?
No, I'm just taking a look around, if I may.
Madam, I do apologize, but we don't encourage browsing.
You're right, of course.
What's this?
You know that stab wound patient we got in room 3?
Yes.
This is the guy that knifed him.
Ah.
Sie werden es nicht glauben. Es ist kaum zu fassen, der Kerl will sein Messer wieder.
Room 5. Let's go. Let's go.
Enjoying yourself?
It's the best show in town.
But you're not interested, right?
You're pushing, Trapper. I need a little time to think about this.
Dr. McIntyre?
Excuse me.
You remember Ellie Kaufman?
Oh, yeah, Ellie. We didn't expect you for quite a while.
It's her heart again. I thought that last operation was supposed to stop this sort of thing.
Take it down to CCU. I'll be there right away. Yes.
Where's Dr. Gates?
What?
Where's Dr. Gates?
Oh, he'll be here in a little while. You just try to relax, okay?
Useless. I mean, that last operation was just useless.
Well, it's just the first step, Mrs. Kaufman. We told you there'd be more surgery.
I know that. I just didn't think it was going to be this soon.
Ulcers. Yuck! Couldn't you find something a little more exotic?
You want exotic? How about von Willebrand's disease? That's exotic. Puts your ulcer in a very exclusive category.
So I'll drink a lot of yak milk.
You're going to have to do better than that, Darby. Because of your bleeding disorder, you're going to need close observation. That means hospital care, a special diet, bed rest, sedation.
Gonzo, I'm not studying to be a zucchini.
Darby, look, the slightest cut or bruise can start you hemorrhaging, right? Okay, if that ulcer of yours starts bleeding, you might need surgery to stop it. And surgery is not recommended for
Patients with von Willebrand's disease. I know. You know what I wish? I wish this Mr. von Willebrand, whoever he is, had never been born. I'm so fed up with him and his disease. And...
Darby.
I'm sorry.
No. Come on, I've seen worse.
That's what you get when you're a Dresden doll they keep in a showcase. You know, when I was a kid, I was never allowed to play with the other kids. I could never fall down and scratch my knee or anything like that. It was like living life inside a light bulb. So finally I said, the hell with it. I'm gonna do everything, see everything, and feel everything. And if I bleed, I bleed. Now, can you understand that?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's why I'm not going back to your hospital. And I'm not going to sit here, TK, while you drag in 1,000 specialists.
What do you intend to do?
Anything. Everything. I don't know.
I just spoke to the hospital, and they gave me a complete report on your condition. Now, honey, I don't want you to do anything foolish, okay?
He's right, Darby. You shouldn't be alone. You need medical supervision.
Are you suggesting something like a personal physician?
Well, that's one solution.
Well, considering the way she's acting, I'd say it was the only solution. All right, Dr. Gates, you got the job.
What?
You got the job. I think it's an excellent idea. Darby seems to trust you, and for some odd reason, I do too. So, name your price.
No, wait a minute. Slow down. I can't accept a job like that. I mean, I find that very flattering, but I have other patients in my work at the hospital. Darby, you understand, don't you?
Sure. Just remember, I hate being rejected.
Well, Doctor, I want you to think it over. I have a hunch you're going to change your mind.
What are you doing here?
Just finished rounds. Stopped in on Ellie Kaufman. Oh, she's not looking too well.
Oh, yeah, she's outgrowing that valve you put in, and as soon as she gets stronger, we're going to have to replace it. I've scheduled Titus to do it.
I just told Ellie I'd do it.
How are you going to be in two places at the same time?
What are you talking about?
Come on, Gonzo. I've just spent 2 hours reshuffling my whole schedule to accommodate your leave of absence. And you don't know what I'm talking about?
What leave of absence?
This one. According to this memo from Arnold Slocum, you've just been hired as Darby Sheldon's personal physician.
Slocum's crazy. I turned that down.
Yeah, well, he didn't. Apparently, Mr. Sheldon has donated a large sum to our emergency fund in return for your services.
Oh, that's great. I've been bought.
You can't blame Sheldon. He simply wants to protect his daughter. That's not easy. She's a very willful young lady.
She's not willful, Trapper. She's scared and she's desperate. She knows she's ill and she's afraid she might miss out on some living.
All right, then help the girl.
Why me? There must be some way that I can get out of this.
Right. You can quit. That wouldn't help Darby, would it? Look, she's staying on their yacht at the marina. There's the address.
Oh, come on, Trapper. This could go on forever. What about Ellie?
Come on, let's just take one step at a time, okay? I'll see that Ellie gets the care she needs. Now, Darby needs help. She needs to be kept under control, and apparently you're the one person she seems to trust. So, your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is to get the hell out of here and keep Darby alive, okay?
Und vergiss nicht das Blutgerinnungsmittel.
Ahoy there! Anybody home? Anybody here?
Oh, hi. Welcome aboard. It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's great. I've been appointed your ship's doctor or staff physician or whatever they call it.
Well, you don't have to stay here, Gonzo. I mean, I didn't invite you. It was your own idea.
My idea?
Yes. You suggested it. You said I needed medical supervision. Don't tell me you didn't.
Okay, I did, but I don't like being manipulated by your father.
TK? Oh, he manipulates everyone. He's been trying to run my life ever since I can remember.
Yeah, well, you gotta be pretty weird to accept that.
But sometimes he can make things very pleasant, which is more than I can say for you. Goodbye, Dr. Gates.
Darby, I'm sorry.
You should be.
I am.
Are you? I wonder.
What is that supposed to mean?
I just wonder how sorry you really are.
All right, I'm not sorry. Forget the whole thing.
Fine. You're not hurt, are you?
No. What's so funny?
You are. I think you do better on roller skates. What a mess. Look at your clothes. You're all wet.
So are you?
Wow.
It's all part of the treatment.
See, she's got a terrible crush on the man.
Ellie, Dr. Gates was called away on business, and he may not be able to get back in time to do your surgery.
He promised me he'd do it.
I realize that, and so does he, but, well, this is just something that couldn't be helped.
Kennst du den Dr. Titus? Gefällt er dir?
Er ist nett. Aber Dr. Gates ist netter.
Hör zu, Ellie, jetzt werde ich dir mal was sagen. Ein Mann, der sein Versprechen nicht hält, ist nicht nett.
Can't you ask Dr. Gates to come back, please?
I'll try. I'll do everything I can.
Oh, you take my word for it, Ellie. You'll be better off with Dr. Titus. I mean, at least he doesn't say things he doesn't mean.
Good morning, Doctor.
How you feeling?
Beautiful.
Ulcer patients do not drink coffee. My jeans dry yet?
No. Still damp.
Hey!
Doctors of ulcer patients do not wear wet pants.
Darby, you're crazy. You're gonna freeze to death.
Weather's great. Let's go surfing.
You can't go surfing.
There's no way you can stop me.
Look, Darby, you get I had this surf.
Well, then let's go roller skating.
It's too dangerous.
The way you skate, yes. The way I skate, no. Please don't put me back inside that pipe ball.
Okay, but will you please be careful? I mean, I'm the doctor, you're the patient. It's gonna look...
Is there anything that this patient can do?
I'll think of something.
Darby, slow down. Darby. You please be careful. Are you all right?
Yeah. That was fun.
Fine. Darby, you scare me to death.
I'm sorry. Honest, I am. Were you really worried about me?
Do you have to spend all your time taking chances? You're constantly testing yourself.
You know, that reminds me of a poem I used to know. The sun is bright for so sweet an hour, to warm the grass and nourish the flower, and I don't remember the rest of the lines.
Okay, I understand why you're doing this, but can't you do something that doesn't threaten your life?
Something useful?
Yeah, that too.
Well, I tried that. I wanted to teach. So TK was ready to build me a school. I went into music. He bought me a recording company. See, he's so eager to protect his little girl that he removes all the challenges. So I challenged myself, see? Take that away, I may as well just... Hey, you want to buy a horse?
A horse?
Darby, bei deinen Gedankensprüngen komme ich nicht ganz mit.
Yeah, I've had my eye on one for a couple of weeks. Beautiful animal, and I think it's time I bought him.
Where is it?
200 miles north of here.
Komm mit.
Langsam, Darby, du musst dich erst etwas ausruhen.
Nein, Doktor, ich habe keine Zeit zum Ausruhen. Wir nehmen meinen Wagen. Na los, komm schon.
Okay, aber ich...
Jawohl, Herr Doktor.
Now, how do you expect to get this thing home?
It'll probably fit in the trunk if we tie it down.
Okay.
Oh, but isn't it beautiful?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Why don't you go inside and ask the lady if she has any rope?
Right.
Okay, boy. Here we go. Oh. No. Whoa, boy. Whoa. Oh. Will you hurry up, Darby?
Is there anything I can do?
You call an ambulance. Hurry.
But there are no ambulances around here.
Where's the nearest hospital?
About 90 miles east.
Do you have a couch in there?
Chippendale, 1870.
All right, can you get my bag out of the car, please? Damned ulcer, Trapper. She's hemorrhaging and she's in shock. The cryoprecipitate doesn't seem to be working, and I don't have any blood here. I'm sure we're going to have to go in and stop it. And there are complications. She has some bleeding in back of one eye. If we bounce her around too much, she may end up blind.
Well, if she needs surgery, you're going to have to do it there. What kind of facilities do you have?
Mostly Victorian and early American. You'll have to bring everything. I called TK Sheldon. His helicopter's ready to go.
Can you keep her stable?
Yeah, I think so. But hurry up, will you?
All right, we're on our way.
Was wollen Sie mit dem Zeugrippchen? Wir brauchen einen kompletten mobilen OP und Instrumente für eine sondierende Laparotomie.
Aber das brauchen wir doch auch.
Moment, was haben Sie da gesagt? Woher wissen Sie überhaupt davon?
Dr. McIntyre hat mich beauftragt.
Also, das ist doch wohl nicht zu fassen. Ich erwarte, dass man mich zuerst informiert. Es geht hier ums Prinzip. Man darf mich nicht umgehen.
Wen haben wir als Anästhesist?
Ich werde Peter anrufen. Ich sage ihm, er soll sich beeilen.
Danke.
Ready when you are, Dr. John. I've never been on a helicopter. In a helicopter. Well, I understand to get you right in the pit of the stomach.
Dottie, you've been working awfully hard. I couldn't possibly ask you to do this.
Yes, Doctor. Hang on just a minute. Yes,
How much time we got?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, I gotta make a quick call to the salt jungle.
At a time like this, you're worried about your waistline? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Look, this Dr. Rivers...
Where are you going to do the surgery, Doctor?
How's the light in that back room?
Exquisite. A crystal chandelier, French, 19th century.
Great. And I'll need a table.
Oh, that one back there. It's very old, from a Spanish monastery.
Okay, we'll use it. And I'll need all the sheets that you can spare. We'll drape them around the room to keep the dust down.
Mm-hmm.
Answer?
Yeah, right here, Darby.
I remember the last line of that poem.
Not now. Save your strength.
And darkness descends, and the flowers cry. One last glimpse of sunlight, and so do I.
Let's get unloaded. There you go. There you go. Well, a lot more exciting than running a gym, right?
No commercials, Trapper, please.
Come on, let's go. Okay, sponge.
What's your pressure, Pete?
94/58. Pulse is 116.
Hope you brought along enough blood. She's doing a lot of bleeding.
Suction.
Thank you.
There it is. There's your bleeder right there.
Hey, Trapper, this lady's terrific.
She's the best. She's more than I can say with this damn light.
What do you expect? It's a reproduction.
I'm terribly sorry for any inconvenience we may have caused you, Mrs.
Watkins.
Watkins, yes. I want you to know how grateful I am for the cooperation you've given us.
I just hope your daughter's going to be all right.
Well, whatever happens, I want you to know you'll be well paid for your trouble.
A lifetime subscription to Sophisticate magazine?
Among other things, yes.
I'd love it. But my husband won't let me bring it into the house.
Well?
She did pretty well. Bleeding's under control for now. Let's just hope it stays that way.
Gonzo, I don't want to lose her.
Neither do I. Can we keep her here for a few more days until it's safe for her to be moved?
But all I've got is that back room.
Well, that'll be fine.
I promise you, Mrs. Watkins, I'll make it up to you.
This is our slow season anyway, so make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
Some groceries. How's Darby?
Had 2 good nights in a row. I'm about ready to be optimistic.
Well, she was always optimistic. She knew she'd make it.
I'll give you a hand.
Where's Trapper?
He went back to San Francisco. Shoop's in there with Darby.
I've been on the phone all morning talking to the board members at your hospital. I've got some interesting plans for you.
Yeah, let me guess. Wash the Titanic, take it out of the parking lot.
Now they're thinking of making you chief surgeon.
Chief surgeon? That's Trapper's job.
No, it's your job if you want it. Just a matter of ironing out a few details.
Wait a minute. I can't do that to Trapper.
Well, he can always find something else. I mean, after the contribution you've made to Darby, it's the least I can do to show you my gratitude.
No, Mr. Sheldon. Thank you, but not like that. I like my life just the way it is.
You're a hard man to please.
No, actually, I'm very easy to please.
What do you want? Your own hospital? I can arrange that, too.
No, thank you.
Gonzo, I just want you to get the recognition that you deserve. I mean, why do you resist that so much?
I don't know, call it independence.
Well, there's no such thing as independence. I mean, we all need each other in one way or another. Take that problem for an example. Now, each one of us made a contribution. It was a combination of efforts that saved Darby's life.
So why make me the hero?
Because you are the hero. You put us all together. And there's another reason. Darby is very much in love with you. There's some ice cream in the car. You want to bring it in before it melts?
Well, it's time for us to go, Mrs. Watson.
Oh, I'm really going to miss all this excitement.
After a week with us, you'll welcome your privacy.
You ready?
After 5 days in this place, I could fly home without the copter. You flying with us?
No, I'll be driving your car back to San Francisco.
TK told me that you turned down his offer. I wish you'd change your mind.
Well, I'm afraid he'd end up owning me.
That's silly.
No, it isn't. When he makes those offers, I feel like Faust negotiating with Satan.
I'm not asking you to sell your soul.
Well, he is. Come on, let's go.
Gonzo, wait. Do you love me?
I don't know. It's very possible.
I want you to love me. I want that very much.
Let's talk about it later.
No, I want to settle it now. I'm asking you to love me.
Look, Darby, as long as your father controls your life, it's just not possible. He'd end up running my life, too, and I can't accept that.
It sounds like I'm being handed my notice.
I'm sorry, it's not...
Look, I'm not used to this. Do I get hurt or angry or what?
Darby, come on.
Well, let's just try angry, huh? I mean, you know how it is with us spoiled brats. We hate being rejected.
Morning, Arnold.
You mention one word about this to the press and I'll have your head on a spike.
Hi, Gloria.
Oh, hi. Gonzo, listen, if there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, please let me know, okay?
Orderly, an elastic bandage in here, stat.
Hello, Stanley.
I knew this would happen one day, Gates. I just knew it. It's that wild, crazy lifestyle of yours.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Gons. I'm giving 6 to 1 you beat this rap.
What rap? Will somebody please tell me what this is all about?
It's about the end of your career, that's what it's about. If they can make the charge stick.
What charge, Trapper? What the hell's going on?
Well, to put it mildly, my friend, you are in trouble. You have been formally accused of sexual misconduct involving one of your patients.
Which patient?
Darby Sheldon.
Darby? That's crazy. Who's pressing those charges?
She is. It's all there. Read it.
Hello? Yes, I'm still waiting. Have you found Darby? Oh, come on, what do you mean she's not there? I know she's there. No, I'm not going to leave any message. I want to talk to Darby, now. Hello? Hello? Damn.
I've been looking all over for you.
She won't talk to me.
Oh, well, of course she won't. Come on, let's go.
No, Trapper, I'm not going to talk to any attorney until I've talked to Darby. I want to know what this is all about.
Okay, you're facing some charges that just might turn your medical career into garbage. That's what it's all
Well, then
about.
there's been some kind of a mistake or a misunderstanding. It's not like Darby to pull a stunt like this.
Well, now, her name was on that subpoena, pal, and so was yours. Look, I'm not going to try to give you any advice because you wouldn't listen to it. However, at this moment, I would suggest that you proceed slowly, discreetly, and cautiously, at least until the attorneys have had their say, okay?
I don't think I'm going to like what they tell us.
Well, of course you won't. I won't either, but they're expecting us, and it would be impolite to keep them waiting, especially when they charge by the hour, so let's go. They're more expensive than we are.
I think we should
settle the case out of court before the press gets hold of it. And I'm sure that's all she wants.
Darby doesn't need the money, Arnold.
Before we do anything, I think I should have a talk with her.
You stay away from her. You should know by now that women have a talent for complicating everything. They're
Good
all...
afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Roz Tremont. I'm new to this law firm. I presume you're Dr. Gates?
Yeah, McIntyre. This is Mr. Slocum. And the young man with the $2 haircut is Dr. Gates.
It was your barber, Trapper.
I see. Dr. Gates? Will you gentlemen be seated? As you know, my associates usually handle your hospital's legal affairs, but given the nature of this case, we thought it might be more effective if you were represented by a woman. I trust you don't mind the switch.
Oh, no, not at all. Women make pretty good lawyers. As a matter of fact, I know of one myself.
Well, now you know, too.
Yes.
I studied the file on this little mess, and in my opinion, Miss Sheldon does not have a very strong case. I think we are dealing with an extremely vindictive young lady.
Well, never mind the motives. Just get it over with quickly as you can. We don't want a scandal.
As I understand it, Miss Sheldon was rejected by the defendant. It's not always easy to settle with a woman scorned.
I still can't believe that Darby would do this.
Well, it's been done, pal. And threat of scandal is her strongest weapon. You could win the case, but you could end up without a career.
Yes, we've got to handle this very cautiously, Gates. Might be wise if you'd remain off duty until this whole thing blows over.
Not a chance, Arnold.
What do you think, Miss Tremont?
Oh, I can't tell you gentlemen how to run your hospital. Why don't you just let your disciplinary committee review the matter? They can decide what's best for all concerned.
Good idea. Trapper, you're on that committee. Could you arrange for a hearing?
Don't I have anything to say about this?
The less you have to say, the better. You and your hormones have got us into too much trouble already.
Well, thanks a lot, Arnold. It's nice to know I have your support.
What do they mean our centerfolds aren't raunchy enough? I mean, I give them erotic art and they want anatomy manuals. All right, take a letter to the promotion department. Dear Ed.
Hi, Darby. Hi. How you feeling? Fine, thanks.
Honey, don't you think you should be getting your rest?
Do you have a minute, TK?
Yeah, we'll do the letters this evening. Now, will you excuse us a moment, Holly? Darby and I want to talk.
Now?
Split. Sit down. You're still angry with me, aren't you?
You said you were going to withdraw the lawsuit. You still haven't done it.
Well, that's a very complicated process.
Not that complicated.
And you signed the complaint yourself, you know.
Because you insisted on it.
Nevertheless.
Look, I was angry and hurt and just a few days out of surgery, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Well, you had every right to be angry and hurt. I mean, the man insinuated himself into your life, exploited your medical condition. He took advantage of you as a patient and as a woman. And when you fell in love with him, he threw you away like yesterday's garbage. Expect me to just stand by and not do anything?
The lawsuit is so cruel and pointless.
It's not as cruel as seeing you hurt. As far as I'm concerned, anybody that hurts my daughter is going to be destroyed to make sure that she doesn't get hurt again.
Thanks to be hurling thunderbolts from Olympus.
Yes, if necessary, I will. Darby, honey, I mean, you're the most important thing in my life. Don't you realize that?
Of course I do, TK.
And maybe I have been overprotective. Maybe I have overdone it, but... I mean, you got to remember, Darby, that you've always needed a very special kind of attention all of your life. You may resent me for overdoing it, but I'll still go on caring as much as ever. That's a burden we're both going to have to bear.
And tell Dottie Pitt to take those antimacassars out of the operating room.
Don't just stare at it. Drink it.
Shoot, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
By whom?
You. Here, I want you to drink this.
Come on now, you know how I feel about carrot juice.
When I work for a doctor, he's a healthy doctor. Come along, bottoms up.
Work? Ernie, you're taking the job?
Not yet.
Okay. Now?
If you'll meet my terms.
You will be the highest paid scrub nurse on this planet. Plus all the fringes. Pension, profit sharing, medical and dental insurance.
That's not important to me, Trapper. You know that. I'm talking about my terms. I won't work for a man who doesn't respect his own body.
I adore my body.
Good. Then I'll expect you to eat sensibly, drink at least 3 glasses of fresh vegetable juice every day.
1.
3.
2.
All right, 2. And 30 minutes of calisthenics and weightlifting every morning.
Come on, Ernie, I don't need all that stuff. I jog every day. I play racquetball.
That's heart and lungs. I'm talking about muscle tone. Firm that up.
Okay, 15 minutes a day.
I came down on the vegetable juice. You can come up on the fitness. Make it 20 minutes.
You got a deal.
And you got a scrub nurse.
Oh, Ernie, I love you. Come on. I'll show you around.
Oh, good.
Dee, I want you to meet my new scrub nurse, Ernestine Shoup.
We've already met.
So I see. Ernie and Starch and I go back all the way to Korea. We were in the same unit together.
I've got to talk to you, Doctor.
You're busy, Trapper. I'll just browse around and get acquainted.
Okay, I'll find you later. Well, what can I do for you, Mrs. Kaufman?
I understand Dr. Gates is back.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I consulted him about your daughter's case this morning.
Is he in some kind of trouble? A lawsuit? Something like that?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Some candy strippers were talking about it in the elevator. Seems like a patient is filing well, let's just say, an unsavory charge against him. Is that true?
Well, now, you can't believe everything you hear on elevators.
You haven't answered my question.
I don't think it deserves an answer.
Oh, you doctors, the way you protect each other. You see, I'm very familiar with that kind of warped personality. I was married to a man like that. Couldn't keep his hands off me. That's why I couldn't stand to have him touch me. Now, if Dr. Gates is one of those, I don't want to have him near my daughter.
How you doing, Ellie?
Dr. Gates, I knew you'd come back.
I told you I would.
But everybody was telling me you were out of town and you couldn't make it. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks, so am I.
I'm glad they kept waiting for me to get stronger. Now you can do my surgery.
That's why I'm here. I've gone over everything with Dr. Titus and Dr. McIntyre. We've scheduled your operation for Friday morning. Is that okay with you?
Am I going to be all right this time?
Well, that's the whole plan, Ellie. They send you out of here a healthy young lady. Now, sit up a minute. I want to listen to your heart. Now, this isn't going to hurt.
What are you doing to her? Ellie, baby, what's he doing to you?
Nothing, Mommy.
Nothing. It doesn't look like nothing to me.
Mrs. Kaufman,
Look, if you ever touch my daughter again, if you ever come into this room again, so help me, I'll have the police on
Mom,
you.
stop it! What's
It's
wrong
all right.
with you?
It's all right,
Mrs.
Ellie.
Kaufman,
I'll take care of
you're
this.
upsetting Ellie.
Look, I'm upsetting Ellie. I'm upsetting her. What do you think you're doing? Now, you get out of here.
Mom! Mom!
And don't come near my daughter again.
Mom, don't say things like that.
It's all right, Ellie. We'll settle this. Don't...
Get out! Did you hear me? I said get out!
Understand?
Oh, honey, of course I understand. I understand. Look, sweetie, you don't have to protect him. It's all right. Now, he's not going to bother you anymore.
woman is a flake, Trapper. She's a neurotic, irrational nut.
I know. After she left you, she nailed me. Demanded that I take you off the case.
Well, they'd be pretty upset about that. It's important to her that I do the surgery.
Well, I tried to explain that to her, but she doesn't want to hear it. I can't fight her on this. I have to give her what she wants.
Beautiful.
And that's it? You're not going to do anything about it?
What can I do? You're the one who makes the big decisions around here.
I'm talking about the lawsuit. Makes you look like Jack the Ripper, and now it's affecting the recovery of a 12-year-old girl. Now, I tried to call Darby and Sheldon, but I couldn't get through to them. Maybe you should try, huh?
My hands are tied, Trapper. The lawyers are telling me to keep a low profile. Slocum tells me to stay away from Darby, and I'm telling me to stay cool, objective, and unemotional.
And, of course, you've always done exactly what you've been told to do, haven't you, son? Well, I'm mighty proud of you, my boy. With your lack of initiative and desire to conform, you will go far in this world, huh? Yes.
Schatz von einem Mann. Der Gute steckt voller Überraschungen. Ist Ihnen schon aufgefallen, wie sentimental er ist?
Trapper? Sentimental?
Ich sag Ihnen, Chatbot, eine Seele von einem Mann. Wissen Sie, was er gestern von mir verlangt hat? Dass ich den Sesselschoner aus dem OP entferne. Es ist mir auch klar geworden, warum. Damit verbinden sich für ihn viele liebe Erinnerungen an sein Elternhaus. Ist das nicht geradezu herzzerreißend? Entschuldigen Sie, darf ich mich zu Ihnen setzen?
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you. My name is Shoup, Ernestine Shoup. This is my way of getting acquainted. I start work here tomorrow.
Great. Welcome to the rock pile.
Ernestine, this is Dottie Pitt.
Hello.
And this is Dr. Jackson.
Jackpot.
Hello.
And I'm Gloria Brancusi.
Ripples.
Gloria. Do I detect an accent?
Yes, I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, well, you are going to love it here. That is, if you're as lucky as I am. It just makes me tingle all over.
Do you know where you're going to be working?
Yes, for Dr. McIntyre. I'm his new scrub nurse.
Scrub nurse?
Trapper and I have known each other for... Did I say something wrong?
No. Dottie's been filling in as Dr. McIntyre's temporary scrub nurse. She's kind of convinced herself that she's indispensable.
Excuse me. Dottie, I'm really sorry. I had no idea.
Oh, it's nothing. I understand. I'm sure Dr. John felt that we were growing much too close. That can destroy one's efficiency, you know.
Yeah, yes, I'm sure that's it.
You really think so?
Absolutely. He warned me that the nurse I was replacing was a tough act to follow. I bet you spoiled him rotten.
I certainly did try.
Well, I just hope I can maintain your standards. I hear Trapper is very demanding.
Oh, yes. Oh, Dr. John insists on perfection.
Uh-oh, I'm in big trouble.
Oh, dear. I don't want Dr. John disappointed. Would you like me to, give you some tips? You know his likes and his dislikes and his funny little eccentricities.
Dottie, that's very sweet of you. If it isn't too much trouble.
Oh, nonsense. Helping you is helping Dr. John. And that's all that matters. As long as you don't, take him away from me.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't stand a chance.
Come on! I'll show you around OR. Oh, you're really gonna love it here. You really are.
Dr. Gates, Darby Sheldon's my patient.
Oh, hiya, Doc. Yeah, Miss Sheldon just drove out of here about 2-3 minutes ago. That's the shortest way to the Palace of Fine Arts.
Thanks.
Peaceful, isn't it?
It was.
Darby, wait. We have to talk.
Our lawyers are being paid to do our talking for us, Gonzo. Let's not spoil it.
That lawsuit is your father's idea, isn't it?
Don't you think I've got a mind of my own?
Your mind doesn't work that way.
I warned you, I don't enjoy being rejected.
But you do enjoy being controlled and manipulated by your father. Now, wait a minute.
Let go of me.
Not yet. Can't you see what's going on? You know what your father's world is like. You're the only thing of any real value in his life, and he's going to go to any extremes to keep you right there under his thumb.
Well, maybe I like it there. Did you ever think of that?
You could be living your own life your own way, Darby. All you have to do is cut the string.
Gonzo, I was marked fragile from the day I was born. I've always needed special handling. And TK has always been there to protect me and care for me. And there's nobody in the world who would do as much.
Darby, that's not true.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the lawsuit. I'm sorry about everything.
But you're going ahead with it. I can't figure you out, Darby. You're constantly challenging your illness, roller skating, swimming, surfing, but you won't challenge your father.
I told you
why.
why.
I don't believe that. I think you're afraid of him.
No, I'm afraid of me. I mean, what would I do without TK? Where would I go? I've never worked a day in my life. I've got no skills, no talent. All I do really well is bleed. And there isn't much demand for that.
All right, Darby, it's time to go home.
I didn't know there was a curfew, Sheldon.
It applies to you too, Doctor.
Just who the hell do you think?
Gonzo, please, no. Just go on, please. Did you follow us here?
I follow you everywhere. I thought you knew that.
I'm beginning to hate you, TK.
Okay, Ellie. Help you breathe a little easier now. Can you lift your head up, huh? There we go. Easy does it. Vital signs every 15 minutes, okay?
Is she any better?
No. And you're not helping, Mrs. Kaufman. Feeding her all that stuff about Dr. Gates.
Oh, well, I was just trying to explain to her why he's not her doctor anymore.
Don't you realize what you're doing? That child idolizes Dr. Gates. She's ready to trust him with her life.
Well, you can't hide the truth from her, Doctor.
What truth? All you're doing is confusing her with a lot of vicious rumors.
Well, wonder if it's true. I mean, you may have a deviant roaming the halls, and you're not doing anything about it.
Okay, we've scheduled a hearing for Thursday morning. Until then, Dr. Gates will keep on doing what he's paid to do.
And until then, you tell him to stay away from my Ellie.
All right, that's your privilege. But let me tell you something, Mrs. Kaufman. You're endangering your child's life with this ridiculous attitude. She's got enough problems without having to handle your neuroses. So for God's sakes, if you can't be kind to Dr. Gates, at least be kind to her,
The poor woman is repressed. Her hatred of men is actually a sublimated form of self-hatred.
How's it going?
Lousy.
That bad, huh? Who's on that committee anyway?
Well, there's Slocum and 2 members of the board.
That's 3 big votes against Gonzo.
And we got 2 doctors.
What about the doctors?
Well, one of them's Trapper John.
Good, he's on our side.
And the other is Dr. Olivia Fromkiss.
Oh, no.
What's wrong with Dr. Fromkiss? She's an excellent pediatrician, and she does exquisite needlepoint.
Yes, but she's just come off a very messy divorce. Another man-hater.
Another vote against Gonzo.
Well, what do you expect? That ex-husband of hers was a monster.
Stanley. Isn't your father the chairman of the board?
Your very first day here. How could you possibly know that?
You told me. Isn't there some way he could arrange for Gonzo to have a fair hearing?
Are you suggesting that our disciplinary committee will give him an unfair hearing?
I'm saying that Gonzo needs a break, and maybe you could ask your father to help.
Absolutely not.
See, you have to understand, Ernie, Dr. Riverside doesn't think very much of Dr. Gates.
Oh, that's not true. Where did you get that idea? I like Gonzo.
But not enough to help him. Well, that is your privilege.
Hey, guys. Wait a minute, you guys. I'd like to help Gonzo. I always like to help those who are less fortunate than I, but my father, well, you don't know my father.
Ich habe gehört, Sie hätten ihn mit der Sheldon erwischt. Ach nein, das glaube ich nicht. Ich kann es mir auch nicht vorstellen, aber bei diesen Ärzten weiß man ja nie. Manche glauben, sie können sich bei uns alles leisten.
Ach komm, glaubst du wirklich, dass Dr. Gates sich das bei einer Patientin leisten würde?
It's not what I think or what you think. It's what the committee thinks. They have... Hi, Doctor. Morning, Doctor.
Morning.
Where's Mrs. Wallenstein's chart?
She's gone, sir.
Gone? Where?
Her husband had her transferred last night to Bay General.
What for?
Oh. I thought you knew.
Yeah, yes, I do. Where's Mrs. Huddleston?
Stupid woman doesn't even have a mind of her own.
Where'd she go?
Home?
She's not supposed to be discharged until Tuesday.
That didn't stop her. She just packed up and left about an hour ago.
Against medical advice?
Against everybody's advice. Nobody could even reason with her.
Why'd she leave?
Because, she insisted she's feeling better.
That's all?
She claimed her insurance had run out or something. She couldn't afford to stay here any longer.
We checked her insurance when she came in. It was paying for everything.
Well, I don't know. It was something like that.
Okay, Gloria. Now the truth.
Well, the truth is... Well, if you must know, she's a narrow-minded, bigoted fool. She heard the other women in the rec room talking and got all upset.
Well, she's got plenty of company.
I want you to know, Dr. Gates, and I hate what that Sheldon girl has done to you. It's really barbaric the way everybody's jumping to conclusions. They're all so eager to condemn an innocent man.
It's the first time I've been called innocent in years. Thanks, Gloria. Trapper, we've got a
talk.
Now, come here. Take a look at these. Ellie's new x-rays.
I don't have to look. I'm off the case.
Only temporarily. Oh, boy. What's bugging you?
Well, I've got a case of galloping paranoia. I've been taken off cases. My patients are transferring to other hospitals. Every time I walk in a room, people stop talking. I feel like I'm wearing a bell around my neck.
So what'd you expect? A ticker tape parade?
No, but I don't expect to be treated like a convicted felon.
Oh, great. Well, I see it's time for me to trot out my lecture on the flaws and foibles of the human race.
No thanks. I know all about them.
Then be a big boy and learn to accept them for what they are. Look, this time tomorrow, this whole thing will be over. You'll be cleared, and it'll all be forgotten.
You're a lot more confident about this than I am.
Look, pal, as long as I'm on that committee, you'll get a fair shake.
How? You're going to be surrounded by the 4 greatest minds of the Ice Age.
Well, I've dealt with these dinosaurs before. By asking the right questions, I can just...
Doctor, you better take a look at this memo.
Oh, boy. Where is he? Where's Slocum?
He's gone to lunch.
All right, call his office, find out where he is.
Where are you going?
On a dinosaur hunt.
Trapper, I wish I would know you were coming this way. We could have had lunch
One good reason, Arnie. That's all I want. Just one.
Reason?
For taking me off the disciplinary committee.
Oh, that. Yes, well, we're dealing with a very explosive issue here, Trapper. I mean, you and Gates are close personal friends. Now, you couldn't be expected to treat the matter objectively.
Well, who's replacing me?
Danvers.
Danvers? You expect that old goat to be objective? He's one of the original investors in T.K. Sheldon's magazine.
Really? I wonder if he gets to meet any of those girls.
He would know what to do with them. A resident hypochondriac. Treats himself for imaginary ailments and complains about his own bills.
Well, it's out of my hands now.
Well, I'm putting in a formal request to be reinstated, and I'm taking it to the board of directors.
That's where my orders come from. Look, it wasn't my idea. It came from the chairman of the board. Now, the only way you can be reinstated is if one of the committee members withdraws, and that's not very likely.
Do me a favor, Trapper. Stop going thrum, thrum, thrum.
Hi, gang. Great news. Dad just called. He took my advice and made some changes on the disciplinary committee. Isn't that neat? Isn't that what we wanted?
He made the wrong changes, Stanley. He took Trapper off the committee.
Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, John. John, I hope you're not blaming me for this. I mean, I really did do my best. I'd better call Dad.
No, thanks, Dan. You've done enough.
Isn't there some way we can get you reappointed?
Only if somebody quits.
Well, who's your replacement?
Myron Danvers.
He's a reasonable man. Why don't we just all go to him en masse and confront him with this thing vis-a-vis and let him know exactly how we feel, per se?
I haven't been able to find him all day.
He's lying down in the doctor's lounge.
Is he ill?
No, he's always dreaming up symptoms he hasn't got.
You know, now that I think of it, he didn't look very well today.
You don't even know him.
I know a sick man when I see one.
No, you don't understand. The man is a hopeless hypochondriac.
Oh, you see, that's the trap we all fall into. He's cried wolf so often nobody believes him anymore.
Right. You know, for all we know, that poor guy may...
Jackpot. I think we ought to go take a look.
Well, wait a minute, guys. I'll go with you.
Stanley?
Yes.
Sit.
But it was my idea.
Hey, Gons! This is it, huh? Break a leg, my friend.
We're praying for you.
Thank you.
die Anhörung. Bitte denken Sie daran, es ist kein Strafprozess. Es geht nur um die Beurteilung einer Klage von Miss Sheldon, die dem Verwaltungsrat vorliegt. Sie betrifft Dr. Gates und wir müssen uns überlegen, welche Maßnahmen in diesem Fall das Krankenhaus unternehmen soll.
Me to introduce the members of our disciplinary committee. I am Arnold Slocum. Seated on my right are two members of our board of directors, Mr. Giraldo and Mr. Booker. On my left are two members of the medical staff, Dr. Olivia Fromkes and Dr. John McIntyre.
What happened to Dr. Danvers?
Oh, Dr. Danvers hasn't been feeling well lately. He admitted himself to this hospital last evening for a complete physical checkup.
All right, let's get on with it. Miss Sheldon, you've accused Dr. Gates of sexual misconduct. It's a very serious charge. Would you mind giving us a few details?
I really don't know where to begin.
Perhaps I could explain that.
I'm sure your daughter can speak for herself, Mr. Sheldon.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Just Stanley, what's the rush?
Gonzo, the hearing, has it started yet?
Yeah, a few minutes ago.
Oh, darn, I want to wish him good luck.
Oh, that's sweet of you, Stanley. I'm sure he'll understand.
You think so? I don't know. Sometimes I think Gonzo doesn't understand me at all.
Code blue, room 606. Code blue, room 606.
Was hospitalization recommended?
Yes. But the patient was taken home against medical advice.
Darby and I felt she'd be more comfortable at home. And that's when Dr. Gates barged in again. He forced his way into the house, demanding to see Darby. Perhaps that's the new trend in medicine. The more beautiful the patient, the more aggressive the doctor.
Her life was in danger, Mr. Sheldon.
Clear. What's wrong?
Ellie Kaufman, cardiac arrest.
Okay. I'll take over massage. All right, I'm going to defib her, but Tom, you be ready to tube her. Ready? Make it 200. Clear? Set it for 300. Clear?
And when I told Dr. Gates how I intended to live my life, he suggested that I arrange for full-time medical supervision. My own personal physician.
He's a very clever operator. He never suggested himself for the job. He just planted the idea in our conversation. And then when I offered to hire him, he even made a few token refusals.
Well, you must have wanted him rather badly, Mr. Sheldon. As I understand it, you made a rather large donation to our hospital in return for his services?
Well, of course I wanted him. Dr. Gates is a very ingratiating young man and very knowledgeable. And he seemed genuinely concerned about Darby's welfare. But he had us all snowed.
Come on, Ellie, come on. All right, I'm going to shock her again.
Normal sinus rhythm.
Beautiful.
Take these things away, they scare the pants off me.
Miss Sheldon, your charges imply that you have been sexually intimate with Dr. Gates. When did this first occur?
That night, on the yacht.
Did he force his attentions upon you?
No.
Then you were a willing participant?
Now, the use of the word force connotes physical violence. Now, there are many other forms of subtle coercion. Dr. Gates took advantage of Darby as a woman by exploiting her as a patient. And he was very open about it. Go ahead, tell them, Darby.
TK, please, I don't want it.
Tell them.
Please.
Speak up.
I asked him if he always took advantage of sick women, and he said That's why I studied medicine.
Is that true, Doctor?
Yes.
Nonsense. Remarks taken out of context can assume all kinds of crazy connotations. Darby, you had a near-fatal attack not too long ago. Wasn't it Dr. Gates that saved your life?
Yes.
You're damn right it was. And he made it possible to fly some very special equipment into that isolated area. And he helped me perform the most intricate surgery under the most primitive conditions. Now, you call that exploitation?
No.
I mean, you wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. Don't you realize that?
Yes.
Then why the hell are you persecuting him?
I don't mean to,
You two ever talk about being in love?
Yes.
How did he respond to that?
Darby, you don't have to answer that.
Dr. Gates?
I told Darby that it wouldn't work as long as her father controlled her life. That by accepting her, I'd have to live on his terms, and I didn't want that.
So you rejected her, and 2 days later you were charged with sexual misconduct. I think that explains the motive behind these charges.
Now, just a moment.
Shut up, Sheldon. I have the floor. Even if this young lady wins her lawsuit, which is doubtful, she gains nothing. But Dr. Gates loses everything. His reputation, his career, his future. Everything that matters. If we give credence to these charges, every practicing physician will be fair game to predators like Darby Sheldon.
You're wrong about Darby, Trapper. She's not a predator. She's a victim. And if anyone has exploited her illness, it's her father. I wish to God she had the guts to do something about it. Darby withdrew all the charges.
You're clean?
Nothing happened.
Congratulations. Now get yourself down to OR. Ellie Kaufman's being prepped for surgery.
Oh, what's wrong?
Cardiac arrest.
But Stanley pulled her through. You should have seen him. He was magnificent.
Nice going, Stanley.
Go, just go. Go. Nice going, Stanley.
Well, here's to Ellie and her reconstructed heart. May it last forever.
And here's to Darby. You know, Trapper, you're pretty rough on her in that hearing.
Oh, I thought she was pretty rough on you.
Well, I have learned my lesson. I will never again become emotionally involved with a patient, no matter how beautiful or charming or seductive.
Hi.
Excuse me. You look beautiful, Darby. You feeling okay?
Yeah, fine. I want to apologize to you about everything.
Well, not everything. A lot of it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was. Well, I just thought you'd like to know that I've broken away from my father completely, and I'm going to try it on my own and see what happens.
Oh, that's great, Darby. I'm glad.
Listen, if there's anything I can do, you know, I mean, if you need any help, anything at all.
Oh, Gons, is the bottle opener down there?
I better get this back to him. He gets a little cranky when he's thirsty.
Gonzo.
Trapper. That was close.
Uh-huh.